Stuff.
hmm
How about you? How you doing?
I'm all right. I tried to do some deep work, but then kind of got thrown off. Um, I got in at least like about an hour and a half, and then got to continue. Just finishing up for my presentation tomorrow. I see that you joined.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should be able to. Should be free tomorrow, so sounds cool.
I was looking for one thing. Sorry. Okay, one
No, you good.
seconds. Hmm. Oh, there we go. All right. So you mentioned to me a few weeks back, you said you don't want to commit and then regret it later. So time is your issue, correct?
Yeah, well, that's definitely one factor. That's an issue. That's one.
What's the other? Oh,
Yeah, so I come into the realization now, after being a month out of work, that my money is going pretty fast. I real like EI. I'm collecting EI at the moment, and it's given me it's only giving me 55% of my paycheck, which is I didn't expect. I thought it would be at least 70. It only gives me 55, so that's like a large amount of money that I'm losing every month, right? So yeah, so my budget is I'm budgeting myself in terms of certain things, eating, other things. You know what I'm saying? And then then I guess so time yeah, it would encompass like the commitment aspect, and it would also encompass like I'm also trying to figure out like my identity in the calisthenics community. So like a title for myself, a description, and the concepts in which and how I would lay out my videos. So there's a whole lot of organization that I still have to do.
Um, well, the identity piece, that's something I wouldn't say it's what I cover tomorrow, but kind of just giving you more clarity. So I'll kind of just give you more of a heads up. Just start. Don't worry about all that stuff. That stuff will come. The greatest thing about the online business, nobody will judge you for changing who you are. I changed my name twice already. The name I used to go by was my DJ name. So I used to go by DJ Peanut, and that's all people knew me by. And then when I decided to get into the financial literacy industry, I just took away Peanut and just went with my name, Dean Chambers. And then I was like, okay, maybe Dean M. Chambers. And then I said, okay, maybe Dean the Wealth Coach. Maybe it's going to change in the next year or something, you know? Nobody
Mm,
cares. The only person
mm,
that cares is you.
mm,
Unless you, okay, you know who's a perfect example who changes their name like crazy? I'm sad to say, but P. Diddy. He started
mm,
off as Puff Daddy, Sean Puffy
mm.
Combs, Sean Combs, Sean John, uh, Brother Love. He changed his name so many times, but people still, nobody said, oh, I can't believe you changed your name, blah, blah. Only
Right.
you care about that name. You're the one that's attached to it. And if that is what's stopping you from making the videos, you just need to pick something and go.
Mm.
You can change it at any time. It doesn't matter. Brands always do this. Brands go from having a long name to a short name or just changing it altogether.
Right.
So don't worry too much about that. Like that's something that just comes and goes. Like it's just like logos. Some logos only stay one way for so long and then they change it. So don't get so caught up on that. I'm trying to think of like a big name brand that like changed their name or shortened it. Well, look at
Yeah.
like Coke. People call it Coke, Coca-Cola. Like so many different variations of it, right? But nobody says, "Oh my God, I can't believe you
Yeah.
changed." So even countries do it. USSR, Russia. So
Mm.
just say, all right, I'm gonna just put my name for now so that it's just a placeholder. and make the videos. That's
Mm,
what people are going to care about, to see what's in the videos, not that you change your name or what fits you. Your name will come. So
mm,
that's the greatest thing about the online. It's like, okay, I switch it now. Done. I wrote books under Dean M. Chambers and I put Dean the Wealth Coach. So I still kept going, you know? So don't
yeah.
let that stop you. Just go. So
Mm,
I see you posting the videos or little snippets on Instagram. Just take that and just post it on YouTube and just
mm,
grow that way. So that people start to see you. The more active, the more consistent you are, the bigger your following grows.
word.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of shitty that your income situation is like super tight now. Um, so are you just actively looking for something else, or are you just studying and because I know you said you're doing a course.
Yeah, I'm studying like a short cybersecurity course. I have like maybe a month and a half left of it.
Mhm.
So I'm doing that. That's like, because that's something I'm trying to figure out too, like a regular skill income that I have,
Mhm.
you know, a trade or something.
Mhm.
And, I did cybersecurity, but I didn't like, I'm still not sure. I'm still not 100% sure. I was sure at the time, but now it's like my mind like changes certain things, right? So now it's just like a regular. I'm also just in general trying to think of ways just to make money. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I just want to. I want to study that more, like just to have constant income coming in.
Mhm.
Two, I want to look into that. Like some like like some channels that I want to start looking into is like Earn Your Leisure. I want to look into them more and see and get into investing, and also and then because I have money, I have savings. I'm not broke. Like I have a good amount of money saved, but I'm not making money right now. So
Mhm.
it's slowly going away, right? So I want to be able to make money. So I want to get into investing. I want to get into. I don't want my money to just sit there. I want it
Mhm.
to like you know
Mhm.
start making itself, and then I also want to just figure out other ways to increase my income. So
Mhm.
that's a part of what's getting in the way of my YouTube page and my
Mhm.
calisthenics journey. I have so much other things that I also need to worry about as well.
Remind me how old are you again?
23.
Listen, you know what you have on your side right now? Time and energy.
Mm,
Stop thinking and just execute. You will
mm,
learn much more by actually doing stuff versus just learning, and trying to figure out where do I go. Because
mm.
once you start doing stuff, you'll say, this is for me. This is not for me. If however you pronounce it, fitness, if
Yeah.
that's the route you want to go, you need to bet on yourself. Do the fitness. Learning about investing is fine. Investing will come. But you start with investing in yourself.
You chipped
That's
out there.
you start with investing in
Sorry, can you
yourself.
repeat the last thing? You mind?
As
You mind? Can you repeat the last thing? You chipped out there.
where at fitness,
Yeah, yeah.
start with fitness,
Mm,
investing in yourself. Start with that because that's what you said you want to do. And start
mm,
investing in yourself. Once you invest in yourself and you figure out what it is that you're going to be doing, and not necessarily just for the sake of money, but something that you're happy to do, once that cash flow starts coming in, it will spill over into investments. And then you can start learning about investments. But
mm.
because you're trying to do investments now, you're trying to figure out yourself, you're all over the place and nothing's happening for you. So I want to show you a picture. Um, nope, that's not it.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Just, I
I
also
gotta,
just don't want my money to just be sitting around too. So I just want to put it somewhere, figure out somewhere to put it.
It's funny because one of my mentees, we were literally talking about that yesterday.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
he has savings, but he's not doing nothing with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is you right now. You have 4 cups, and you're giving each of them 25%. So it's going
Mm,
to take you forever to get a cup full.
mm,
Versus if you focus on 1 cup, that 1 cup, when it gets full, it will start to spill over into these other cups.
mm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So you need to figure out this 1 cup first and not do all these. So you're doing cybersecurity, trying to figure out investing, figuring out what you want to do with your YouTube channel, and whatever this bucket you want it to be. But you're doing more than you should be doing. If you do this, you will have all 4 of these, but you can't do all of them at once.
Mm,
So there's a quote, I can do anything, but I can't do everything. So if you
mm,
focus on one thing, it will spill over. It's like master this first, then the next one. Then master this, then the next one. And you'll have all 4 of these. I 100% agree you should be investing, but don't invest if you don't know where your source of income is coming in first. So whether that's a job, a business, you need to figure out that first. Because you can have an investment here and say you put $100. $100 ain't gonna be shit in 10 years.
mm.
You want to be consistently putting into an investment. So that
Yeah.
in 10 years you have a shit ton of cash. Make
Mm.
sense?
Yeah.
So uh, the main thing that we discussed was time management. So how to get back more of the time. So this is a sheet that I kind of snagged off of somebody else. It's not mine, but I made it my own. So it's an 80-20 rule. Have you ever heard of that rule? I think it's
I've heard of
Pareto
it,
thing.
but I
Pareto or
don't no,
something.
I don't remember what it was though.
Okay. So how you should view your day is we do a lot of stuff. We do a lot of stuff during the day, and a lot of it is just nonsense or just mundane stuff. And based on how you use your time, or this sheet helps you see how you're using your time so that you
Mm,
can effectively say, all right, let me stop doing these things and focus on more on these things. So here you have like a scale of negative $100 an hour to $100,000 per hour. Okay. So that's the scale here. And then
mm,
based on the activities you do, for the week, you just list out all your activities and then it gives you a total earnings. So based on the activities you do, it gives you an idea of how much or how you're utilizing your time and what your time is really worth. So what did you do yesterday?
Yesterday,
Let's starting from when you woke up.
I woke up and I called my my student loan advisor, or like my student loan company, and I
Hmm.
set up a payment plan to pay off my OSAP.
Hmm.
That's the first thing I did, and then after that, uh, drank my smoothie,
How long was your
and
OSAP
then
call?
I did some reading. Huh?
How long was your OSAP call?
Probably like 15 minutes.
Okay, that's nothing major. Okay. How long did you read for?
Probably like an hour.
Then what did you do?
And then after that, I multitasked I multitasked I didn't even multitask. I went and I played video games with my friends. I didn't even manage to multitask. I tried to multitask my course and that, but no, I just went and played video games. Mhm.
How long?
Yeah.
How
That
long?
for like probably so first off, like yeah, yesterday I slept in. So
Oh,
I
perfect.
got up around like 12:30.
How long did you sleep in for?
Slept in for like an extra 3. So like I went to bed at 2 a.m. and I woke up at 12:30.
That doesn't tell me how long. How long did you sleep in for?
So that is 10 and a half hours of sleep. I think so, yeah.
Wow. I wish I could sleep that long. Okay, so let's say the average. Let's say okay, so I'll be generous and I'll say 8 hours of sleep. So you overslept 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How long did you play video games?
Probably for probably for like 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay. What else did you do?
After that, I do after that. Um I go to the store? Hold on. Pretty sure. Might have went to the store, but I might be skipping something. But I'm pretty sure I went to the grocery store and I got some frozen fruits and some ginger. And then I came home to make a smoothie for myself.
How long were you at the grocery store for?
35 minutes.
So say
I went to two stores.
okay.
And I went home and I made my smoothie
How long did that take?
in like 15, 20 minutes.
So say smoothie. Okay. What else did you do?
And after that, I studied some history for my
Study
lesson.
study history.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like that's like added reading because I read about history, but then I get documents too that
So that's more just
from some
for.
of my elders because like it's more so like it's like a Pan-African thing.
So what would you call that? More for like leisure or entertainment, I should say. Um,
No, it's more principle. It's like
Principles.
it's more principle. It's more
Okay, so I'll put reading here. So how long was that for?
that was a long time. I think it was for like 4 hours or so.
So you read for 5 hours yesterday total.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Aside from, distractions and the
so you have about 3.5 hours
Instagram
left.
notification.
So you said distractions.
Yeah, Instagram notifications, distractions like that. I'll get caught in that.
How
And
long
then
were you on social media for?
you probably like take 2 hour two take an hour and a half out of that reading for social media.
So during that reading, an hour and a half social media.
Yeah. And
Okay,
then
so that's four, that's 3.5, and then that was 1.5. Okay. So you
yeah,
still have about,
I also go on YouTube and I watch a lot of lectures.
did you do that
So
yesterday?
yeah, I also like in that 4 hours of studying history, I was watching a lecture. So for like say an hour.
Okay, so 3.5 hours is for reading and lectures. Okay. You still have about 3.5 hours. What'd you do with that?
I I, I ordered some clothes on Shein,
How long were you on Sheen for?
probably for like an hour, because I'm looking for clothes for my vacation. So I was looking for a while.
When are you going on vacation?
On January 30th.
All right. You have two and
And
a
then
half hours left.
okay, so I also planned a meeting with with my group that I study history with, and I study principles. You know, principals with.
Mhm. How long was that?
Like 20 minutes. How much time do you have left now?
About 3 and a half, 3 and a bit.
Still got 3 hours?
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, I did that.
Oh, sorry, not 3. You have two and a bit.
Okay. Hmm. All right, probably played video games for a little longer. Probably maybe you can give 1 more hour to video games.
Okay.
And then
1 hour left.
and then oh yeah, I did laundry in the morning, so that was probably about 30 minutes. That would be after my call.
Okay. So that's pretty much your whole day yesterday, which is fine. So you're probably missing like an hour, but that's fine. Okay. So based on everything that you just told me, so
Yeah.
all these activities here, okay?
Yeah.
When we add this up, your
Mhm.
total earnings for the day, just off of that one day, would be $140. And if you remember that text I sent you, if I can show you how to get back 1 to 2 hours, if you'd be interested, I can tell you exactly where your 1 to 2 hours went. 2.5 hours oversleeping, 6.5 hours between Instagram, video game, and online purchases. Right there, that's 9 hours.
Yeah.
So right there, 9 hours of your time. This is just not even the full week. So this is just one day. 9 hours of your time. This is where it went. That's pretty much a third of your day was gone just based off of these two activities. And then these
Mm.
stuff, this is regular stuff you have to do, whatever. But right here, 9 hours.
Mm.
And I only showed you one day. If we went through a whole week, it would probably be way more hours.
Mm.
So what this sheet is to help you do is to show you where you're spending your time. So you mentioned to me when I first met you, you want to grow the group with the history group. You want to do the fitness. If you put your time into those things here, you can move from this or to be only in, or move from here, well, not move from here, sorry. Have more of your time here and possibly here.
So
All right.
where am I on that chart with what I did yesterday?
Well, it's not
10,
where you
10
are,
is
but
it 10 per hour?
so it's $10 hour activities. So these are just minimum wage routines. So like going to the grocery store, making a smoothie, laundry. Somebody could do that for you, essentially, is what this column is saying. These are
Oh, okay.
tasks that but these are just everyday things you have to do. Where your time went, this has no financial or productive return. So right here, that's scrolling on Instagram, shopping on Shein for an hour, um,
Yeah.
playing video games for 4 hours. And then here, stupid stuff or long-term consequences of your actions today. So sleeping in, oversleeping 2.5 hours. So average person needs 8 hours sleep. So 2.5 hours went to sleeping in.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to say study more, be in the gym, or work on your business or the YouTube stuff, you have 9 hours right here between these two things.
Mm.
Let's say the online purchase is just a one-time thing, but between these, that's 8 hours. That's a full day's work.
Yeah.
So a full day's work could have went towards something more productive that could easily be bringing you $100 per hour,
Yeah.
working you closer to $1,000 per hour. Because let's say you're out there um, prospecting people or reaching out to people, seeing who wants to get fit. Like right now is the perfect time to be reaching out to people because everybody wants to get fit. So
Yeah.
imagine you're out there speaking to people, and let's say you do spend 8 hours and you get one person to say, okay, I commit. And let's say you charge them $600. Between
Mhm.
these two alone, between this, that's $250. And this is $0. So for that 8 hours, you can make 600, which offsets this by a wide margin.
Mm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So that's initially what I'm trying to help people do in my program, where it's like time management, money management, and what to focus on. So it helps with the clarity, it helps with your daily structure so that you can focus on what matters most. Because going back to that picture I showed you, if you're doing all these things, you'll never have a full cup, or it'll take a very long time to get all of them full at the same time. Whereas if you focus on this one, it starts spilling over. It can fill up these cups much faster. So let's say you started building your business and you put some time and effort, you dedicate the majority of your time into this.
Mhm.
Before you know it, it's spilling over into these cups. Now you can go play your video games because you have a business that's working for you.
Mhm.
You can wake up when you want because you got a business that's working for you. You can focus more on your history because you got a business working for you.
Right.
So the games, the games is fine and it's fun, but that can come later.
Mm.
The notifications for Instagram, as I just showed you, it's worth nothing to you. So if you can get back 1 point out of your time, so you'd probably enjoy being in a gym or doing the reading or the lectures. So one thing you should do is turn off the notifications on Instagram. Why do you
Mhm.
need why do you need it to notify you when someone posts? Who cares? It's not doing nothing for your life. Right now, you said you want to be able, you said you want to make more money, you want to be more consistent at it. Don't be consistent at these things. Be consistent at these things, these
Mhm.
tasks here. This is where you want to be making money. Eventually getting to here.
Mhm.
Imagine making $10,000 per hour. Imagine making $100,000 per hour. That's boss level. That's when you're like Jeff Bezos. The man makes $1 million a day, bro.
Mhm.
Elon Musk makes couple millions a day. I don't even know how much a day he makes, but he at the end of the day, Elon Musk is a billionaire with a B. He's the richest person in the world. $400 billion, bro. Don't be
Yeah.
surprised if he becomes the first trillionaire to ever exist.
Mhm.
Trillionaire, bro.
Mhm.
Do you know how long it would take one I think they were saying Mark Zuckerberg or a billionaire to lose all his money? It would take him 547 years if they spent $1 million a day.
Take them 500 years. Holy shit.
500 they couldn't even they can't outlive their money. When you hit billions, you can't outlive your money. Your money outlives you.
Wow.
So it's like right now you're 23, I get it, but focusing your time on these things, it's not cutting it. You got to channel your energy on these things
Mhm.
and you can get there. So that's where my mentorship
Mhm.
comes in.
Mhm.
It's like I get you on track. I help you find clarity. I say, all right, this focus on your one thing. I hold you accountable. My group holds you accountable. And then you get things rolling. So going back to with you saying the like your main one of your main issues is you thought you're getting 70%, but you're only getting 55. So right there's a discrepancy. How do you make that up?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And nothing's being made up because again, your time is here. Now imagine you say, all right, what I learned in cybersecurity, I'm gonna take what I know and at least try to see if I can get an entry level position job or start offering services to businesses as a freelancer or as a paid contractor to start making some money to make that difference up.
Right. Right.
So whichever route it is, you got to start doing something. You got to replace these tasks with stuff that makes sense. Because these things is aside from the sleeping, these are just and the 1 hour purchase. Instant gratification. It's just to be like, yeah, I'm having fun right now, but it's coming at the sacrifice of your long-term future.
Uh, that's true.
If you want to invest, 4 hours right there, bro. 4 hours.
Mhm.
I have
Yeah.
investment strategies, but me teaching you this stuff, it would be falling on how you say deaf ears. Because if you don't have the money to invest right away, you're gonna be like, okay, when I have the money. Then when you have the money, you won't remember the information. Then you got to go back to the drawing board. It's always like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step
I do
forward.
I do have the money to invest right away though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not in that mind frame to start investing because you're trying to figure out how do I continue making money come in now. So you're doing the two things simultaneously. And you just said it. I tried to multitask and I failed. I tried to do the thing and video games and it didn't work. So
Yeah.
investing and trying to make money is the exact same thing. If you try to do both, it's not going to work.
Mm.
You won't have the time to focus on those things. Mind you, a lot of people do that now, but in my opinion, they're doing it the wrong way. Why I
You
say that?
got-
Because look at every successful person. They started with a business first and then went into investments, not the other way around, or simultaneously.
Uh,
How many successful people do you know who worked a job, invested to become one of like the elites? I can't name one person, but I can tell you everybody that's high and mighty right now and successful, they started with one thing, mainly a business, took that money, put it into other things. Do you watch basketball?
no.
Okay.
No. It's probably a good analogy you can make there.
No, no, no. I was just gonna say if you know Mark Cuban.
Oh, yeah. I don't know
He
Mark Cuban.
owns the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
But how he started is he started off with one company, sold it for $1 billion, took that money and started buying other companies, eventually buying the Dallas Mavericks.
Mm.
Same thing
Or
with Elon Musk. If you, I don't know if you ever heard of the PayPal Mafia, that was him and his crew, and everybody made a shit ton of money from that.
mm,
He took his money from that business. He did some flashy shit. He did buy like a. Did he buy a Porsche or did he buy a McLaren? He bought some fancy car or a Ferrari. But then he took that money and just kept reinvesting it back into businesses. And that's how Tesla came about, the Boring Company, Starlinks, Neuralinks, and I believe there's one more company that he has.
mm.
But they all started with one thing and then branched off.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you think that do you think that you should start off by like getting a getting a trade first and getting a skill, or do you think that you should just go straight for entrepreneurship business?
That that depends entirely on you, which route you want to go.
My thing is like entrepreneurship is like I don't like there was a point when it was like the way to go, but now it's like I don't know if it's very sustainable because it's a very cutthroat game, right? Like not every like the it's like it's a risk at the end of the day. Like you're not guaranteed. Like even if you work your ass off, you're not guaranteed to be successful. And there's also like and there's also like an idea that I have where it's like we work better. Entrepreneurship is kind of solo work. It's like you're working by yourself versus like if we could work together, that's more sustainable. Like if like working with people instead of just working by yourself. So like that's like my thing, like that my my entrepreneurship or like my calisthenics journey I want that to be like I think that would be like more secondary because like I would establish a solid income and like a solid income and then pursue that that calisthenics journey with no worries.
You answered your question, and then you went and doubted yourself afterwards.
You think how so?
You answered the question. You said you can't do it alone. I agree with you. Some do it, but those are like very unique people. And you said you need a team. And then you said, I'll leave that secondary and I'll come back to it. So if you know you need a team, why not just build a team while doing that journey, if that's what you really want to do? And define cutthroat. Who told you business is cutthroat?
Sorry, you lagged out there.
I
You
said,
said
who told you business is cutthroat?
in terms of like I say it's like a risk because you have to invest your money into a product and you don't necessarily know if it's going to sell or like yeah until it starts to sell or it may even take too long and you're on a time or two because you need to make back that money that you put into that product. It's like it's just it's in a sense where a lot of people do and a lot of people fail. um do you think like or more so like uh and it could like even if you work hard at it, it may not you may not see results, right?
Mhm.
In terms of like businesses, like and especially like the system. In a sense, it's like the system, they only want you to succeed if you're benefiting them.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? Like if you're benefiting the system, like you might try to produce a product and you're not going to get assistance from the government unless it's like
Okay, so where are you getting this information?
just overall like my experiences really, or like
So
just like what I'm observing.
what you observe,
Yeah,
but so what other people's business or your own that you have started?
other people's other people's business. Yeah,
How many?
I see a few like I have a couple friends who like tried,
Mhm.
and then there's also looking online too and watching people grow their businesses, certain things. Well,
Are they
just
still in
in
business?
huh?
Are they still in business?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that say that they kept trying and they figured something out?
Mhm.
So that would mean they didn't fail. They just kept trying until they figured it out. Correct?
Well, those businesses that I'm looking online, they're already successful.
But where did they start?
I wasn't there for their start, honestly. Like, no, I wasn't even there.
Okay, so let's go back to let's eliminate the government. Let's say we don't even use the government. So you said you need capital. Let's not even mention mentorship right now. What makes you think you need capital to start a business?
In terms of paying for the product,
Okay,
Paying for the
so
product and paying for the services and certain things.
okay, so let's talk with your calisthenics right now. What products are you paying for?
What products?
Okay, let me stop you. Let me just stop
Yeah, yeah.
thinking.
There's no products.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are the product. So are you paying for yourself too so that you can do the thing? No, right?
No, no.
What I want you to do going forward, even if you don't even take this mentorship with me, challenge your beliefs. There's a thing what I want you to look up is, or even use ChatGPT, or going back to what that guy said. I forget his name. He was at the thing. First principle thinking.
Mm,
Figure out what the root is to whatever it is that you're thinking. Challenge your beliefs. Our beliefs are made up of something. Where that something is, we have to say, why is this true? When you think first principles thinking, it brings it down to the absolute truth for you. You don't need money to start a business. You don't even need to be an expert to start a business. You already have knowledge and experience and stuff. You can go out there and teach other people. Why I'm saying this? If you're here, there's somebody behind you that doesn't know what you know. So you can teach back what you invested forward. So you're already ahead of somebody, so you can teach them what you already know. Calisthenics, how to do a pull up. I don't know how to do a pull up. I'm right here. Keanu,
mm,
you know how to do a pull up. I don't know how to do it, and I say I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. You be like, bro, it's simple. This is how you start doing it. Let me teach you because I already did it. Now
mm,
you teach me how to do it. 3 weeks later, I'm doing my first pull up. Great, I'm here, but now you're here. Now, whatever other exercises you know how to do, how do you do that, Keanu? Oh, I can show you how to do that. Great, now I move here, or I move here. You're already here. You're teaching back what you already learned. You already have the information. It's because you're just seeing what's out there. Listen, I used to think that same way too. I didn't open it up, or I used to think only rich people could open up a car dealership until I just put in the application and applied, and then I got my dealership license.
mm,
Everything is possible if you just figure out the way to do it. All problems are solvable problems. And then you said failure. Failure only happens when you quit. If you keep going, you're just finding one way not to do what you're trying to do. That's not failure. That's progress because you're getting better at what you're doing each time. The first time you try to do a pull up, did you call that a failure? No, because you didn't stop there. You kept going until you're able to do it. You got to adopt that same mindset when it comes to a business. Now, you said business is cutthroat. Some industries may be cutthroat, but the business that you're doing, if it's your business and you're coming up with something that you created, what competition do you have? There's only one you. There's nobody else that's designing a program like your program. So when you go out there and tell people, hey, this is my program that I created for myself, or I created for whoever it is that I'm serving. And then now you're
mm.
selling yourself. So you creating something, there's no money involved. Now you're just going out and talking to people. If you talk to 100 people in the gym, I can almost guarantee you one person will say yes to your offer.
Mm.
I don't know what your offer looks like yet, but if you actually talk to those people, or if you spoke to enough people, you could create something based off of what they told you. And that's the
Mm.
whole premises of tomorrow's workshop. It's the knowledge that you have can be turned into a product. You don't have to buy a product to sell it. You can sell your knowledge. Your knowledge nobody else has. If you want to sell people your history knowledge, you could do that too. Guess what? Whatever it is that you learned or whoever you learned from, you can make your own version of it and create a book. And now you can go and sell your book. And you're selling it from your point of view. However you want to call that book. You have the group, you can create a group around that for other people to join your group. Hey, we do calls once a month or we do meetups once a month. They have things like that. It's because of all the stuff that you heard before. You just what we do as human beings, and I'm very guilty of this. When we hear something, we automatically believe that. instead of challenging it. So start challenging everything that you hear. Challenge your beliefs. It's
Mm.
not a bad thing. It just helps you really look at what the world really is. People think I need money to start a
Word.
business. You know how I wrote my first book?
Online?
No, I started off with an outline. I did whatever I needed to do. I got a bit of money. I paid for an editor, but to print my actual books, I borrowed money. I said, "Hey, I'm printing this many books. Do you want to?" I presented the opportunity to someone. Said, "Listen, do you want to help me print these books?" And they said, "Sure." And I said, "You know what? I'll give you some interest on top of it because I believed in my product. I knew I was going to sell." And you know what happened? They gave me the money, and within 1 month, I paid them back
Mm.
because I
Wow.
believed in my product. So don't think that the government, like, there's other ways to get money. You don't have to go to the government. You can go to friends, you can go to family. They got websites where people can, that you don't even know can invest into something that you're doing. So don't let that stop you.
Mm. That
So
makes sense.
that's my 2 cents. You can take it with a grain of salt, do whatever you want, but that's essentially what I'm trying to help people do. Take the knowledge that you have out of your brain, turn it into a business. If I never took this knowledge out of my brain and turned it into a business, I would not be talking to you right now.
Mm.
I bet on myself. I said, listen, I know this information. I didn't go to school for it per se. I don't have a degree, but I know enough. I have enough experience to say I can talk about this. Like, for example, you didn't go to college, did you?
No, yeah, I did. I did. Yeah, I went to college.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you ever spoke to any of the professors or remember what any of them said. Some of them say, "Hi, my name is such and such. I have a background in thing, or I've been working in this industry for XYZ amount of years." And some of them don't have university behind them. I have X amount of years experience. If you go into a college, if you have experience, they will hire you. University is theory. College is practical. So if
Mm.
those people didn't have to go to school for those things and they're teaching based off of what they know and went through, they're just as good as people that are talking about theory. They have the practicality behind it.
Mm.
So, what are the questions you have for me that I can help clear up for you?
Mm.
Listen,
I
you
was
can do
wondering.
great things if you just start taking action. But what was your question?
Yeah. You know, sometimes the questions come, but I'm also listening, so I'm just like they come and they go sometimes. But
So you know how you overcome
that's
that?
it. Huh? Huh?
You know how to overcome that?
You'd ask them in the moment.
No, you write it down.
Yeah, true. Notebooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Um, no, I want to stay on this topic of business because I want to understand that. How long is our meeting for? For
Um, I can spare about another like 15 minutes.
okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just wanna.
They also have a thing coming up. I don't know if you've seen on my page. It's a 5-week program. I'm speaking with Business Smarts Creative Currency.
Another event?
Yeah, it's a 5-week program. Join us for crash course in business administration for Black artists, where you'll learn everything from investment strategies, record keeping, taxes to financial planning and how to pitch your work. Registration closes January 19th, and then the program starts January 27th. So that's on my page,
Your website or your Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay, check that out.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing that kind of holds me back is you said that you said it. said people are looking for three things: wealth, health, and something. One of the other ones.
Wealth, health, relationships, and happiness.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. What about it?
When I think of my entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
something that do you notice that most? I mean, I guess because I'm in the hip hop scene, I'm in the like an artist scene.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm being biased,
Mhm.
but I think that most people go after like arts, and when it comes to business, they go after arts and like they don't go after resources. They go after like artistic things or like creative things.
Mhm.
And when I look at my like fitness, I see it more as like an art than an actual resource,
Mhm.
even though it's complicated in that sense. Like it's like a resource as in like food, clothing, and shelter. Like I
Mhm.
don't see it as, and that's where I think resources are more valuable, and I think especially in the Black community, we need to be more producers
Mhm.
rather than consumers, and I think we need to be able to produce like resources, right? So
So, like, you would be a fitness resource.
yeah, I'm like a fitness resource. Like, would you say, especially in the direction that like society is going, and I hear you when you say challenge your beliefs. So definitely,
Mhm.
that's definitely something important note that I'm taking away. It's like I think society, like when I look at like the direction that the world is going,
Mhm.
I see it as like fitness or like being physically strong is not necessarily something that people need anymore. It's like more so what people need is like resources, like resources in terms of like survival, like food and transportation, certain things like an actual like things.
Mhm.
Whereas like when I look at my fitness, it's I'm trying to understand like how valuable it is, you know?
It
If it's really of value.
it is.
Mhm.
If you're not able-bodied, you can't do anything.
Mm. In
It,
terms,
it's 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 one of the most important things. If you don't have your health, you can't do shit. That's like the top tier. You can be making $1 million, but the moment you drop down and have a stroke, you can't do shit. Your fitness is one of the most important things. Relationships is great, but if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. People just want relationships. Fitness, you need to, your body needs to be in good shape. Everybody skips that, or not everybody. I would say the majority of the population skips well over that.
yeah,
And
like in terms of like even like the people who I'm around, like most of the people who I talk to on a day-to-day basis, they don't work out. So
yes,
that gives me like a general understanding. It's like most people don't work out.
yeah. So it's going back to fitness. If that's your passion, that's what you talk about. And you also have to be careful of that because they say the people you hang around the most, they often rub off on you. Usually the five, they say the five friends. So if they're just sitting there just laid back, not doing nothing, chill, aka playing video games, it
Mhm.
shows.
Yeah,
So it's maybe time either A, you say, guys, we gotta change this up, or B, you change the circle. I
yeah,
know two guys. They went from top top soccer athletes. As they got older, they started hanging out with their friends, drinking, smoking weed, then just threw away soccer completely. And then I don't know, they just had this moment where they didn't like the way they looked and felt, and they started exercising. So they're doing exactly what you do, calisthenics, and they got into track. and now they got a full scholarship in Florida to run track. And these guys, they barely touch weights. They just do pure calisthenics.
Word up. And
And
that's
look where it took them.
oh, yeah.
So what is happening for you is you're having limiting belief in your ability. You're
Oh,
capable
chipped
of
out.
doing
The last
things.
thing you said, you chipped out.
You're having limiting beliefs of your capabilities.
Or more so of my product, don't you think?
Bro, you're teaching people how to become fit. If you became fit, why can't you teach others?
Yeah.
Again, you're limiting your belief that you cannot do it before even
Mm,
trying it.
yeah, that's a part of it. Yeah. No, that's true too.
And you don't necessarily have to charge people money. Just do it for free to prove to yourself you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
I seen you in the gym. I seen there's people there. If you see somebody struggling, okay, when you go to a gym and somebody's struggling, what do people usually do?
Go and help them.
So why don't you just do the same thing? And do that to help build your confidence.
Hmm.
Because now, if you're getting confident in talking to people and helping them, guess what? Eventually will happen. People will start coming to you asking you for help instead of you going to them asking them for help because they see you around and they see you helping people. And now, guess what? Your confidence level starts to go up. I can tell you right now, if you go to my Instagram 5 years ago, I never showed my face on video
Word.
because I was never somebody that liked to talk in front of people. If you ask any of my DJ friends, if I ever spoke on the mic, I DJ for 15 years and only picked up the mic twice. One time I was forced, and then the second time I said, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. But it was 15 years too late.
Mm.
So it's something that's holding you back, which is yourself. To overcome that, you take little baby steps.
So you take little baby steps?
Yep.
Mm.
That's how I got to where I'm here now. That's why I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I took baby steps. And
Mm.
now I can't stop talking. That's all it is.
Yeah, man. That's another thing. Yeah, that's a good point because yeah, even when you said I'm limiting my own capabilities, it's like I see that because as I'm going to the gym, I was the person like when I did calisthenics, I do calisthenics outside by myself.
Mhm,
Now I'm going to the gym and I'm surrounded by people.
mhm,
And I'm gonna be honest, when I enter that gym, I don't want to talk to nobody. I put my music in and I
mhm,
just want to work out. So
mhm,
that goes like that got me to see a side of myself that I didn't really understand before. I used to go to the gym a lot before,
mhm.
but now it's like if you're doing calisthenics, like I just want to be by myself when I work out. Now with that being said, I do have a lot of friends at the gym actually because one of my boys I go to the gym with and he introduced
Mhm.
me to a couple of people. So now like kind of like merging in with connecting with some of those people too. So it's pretty
Mhm.
good. Good. It gives me an opportunity to practice talking. I go to the gym like early in the morning.
Mhm.
In the morning, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like in the morning, I just feel like I'm just my brain is waking up. Everything is waking up, so I don't really want to talk. So I don't even know how people have that much energy.
Listen,
But yeah,
that's
yeah,
your time.
yeah.
If you're somebody that goes twice a day, use the second time to talk to people. Like if you, I see where you're coming from. People in the morning don't like to talk to people in the morning. People in the afternoon, they're chatterboxes. They don't shut up.
Word up.
So if you're doing your morning thing, go do your thing. That's your time. That's your time to just do you. Now, if this is something that you're going forward with, go in the evening, talk to those people because you know that they're well ready to talk. All they can't stop talking.
Mm,
That's probably why they're not even exercising or getting where they want to be because they talk too much. Now you
yeah,
come in and be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Let's get to work.
yeah.
Simple as that. So that's the mindset. And the great thing, one thing, utilize your time that you're not at work right now.
Yeah.
Be more in the gym. I created or something came to my mind this morning to put into my program where it's gonna be, when you go in, okay, there's two types of trainers. There's the boot camp trainer and then there's the regular trainer. In my
Mhm.
opinion, you get better results with the boot camp guy because he's pushing you to your limits
Like
and it's a
military training.
no, just like short session, like 12 weeks versus having somebody for 1 year. They're going
Okay.
high intensity. Here it's just mediocre. You get results, don't get me wrong, but here you get it much faster in a shorter time frame.
Mhm.
And what my program I'm gonna adopt, because like when I heard this today, I was like blown away. I said, why the hell am I not doing that? Where I'm gonna push you to go intense so that you're going so fast or so hard. When you start to coast, your coast is still fast.
Mhm.
Where opposed to people come like this and then think you're gonna go up and then like this. So you're gonna
Mhm.
have a solid momentum. Because now that just gets all the jitters and the butterflies out. You get all that shit out the door and you're just bam, going in.
So is it like in terms of like boot camp, you're saying like push who my trainee hard for a week and then let them relax and then do it again.
That's what I'm doing. What you want to do, you figure that
So
out.
okay.
Because
Yeah,
I
I'm still
understand.
trying to understand it though. Like even with you, it's like
Mhm.
when the people in your program, you're going to beyond them.
Yeah, I'm gonna push you guys. Just push, push, push.
Call them 3 times a day if you have to. Like just like make sure they're working.
My mentees, we take two call. Well, the first one we were doing like Monday to Friday, but it was too much for him. Now it's just every so often. But he's happy where he is. You know what? To be honest, I pushed him to where now he's consistent, and he's consistent with going to the gym and reading. And those are things that he wanted to be consistent at. His business is taking some time, but he's happy with his transformation. And then my
Mm,
other mentees, it's 2 calls a week, but I randomly call them. I'll call them early morning or late at night. Like a
mm,
thought comes to me and I call them. I'm like, yo, why don't you do this? And then we sit on the phone for like sometimes like an hour.
mm,
Just make it like yesterday I called one, we were talking for like an hour just about some
mm.
shit.
Right.
So my program is to help you. My goal is to help you start bringing in money. One thing you will leave with is a transformation. That's one guarantee. Income I can't guarantee because that all depends on you. Transformation I will guarantee because I'm gonna flip your brain on how you think, like what I did today with you. I already got you to leave with one thing, which is great.
Yeah. Right. Right. And
So
by the way, the reason why I'm playing video games and sleeping in is because because I'm in a fast. So like I'll sleep in because I'm in a fast because when you don't eat you're not very high on energy. And on top of that is like you don't want to crave all the time. So when you're sleeping during a fast, like you're getting your energy back and you're not even as hungry anymore. So that's why I was doing that. I would have been at the gym the past 3 days if it wasn't for this fast. But I don't fast during the gym because when you work out on an empty stomach, you could pass out. You know?
yes, very true. So
Yeah.
how
But
about doing
actually the video games, still, there's no excuse for the video games because
so
I just got caught in the moment.
what you could have did for that is you could have read more, you could have watched videos, you could have wrote your thoughts on those videos and what you read. You take notes on your own thoughts.
Yes. Yes, I have on my phone especially. I have like organized
So don't use
thoughts.
your phone anymore. Get a book
Yeah, yeah,
because your phone has too many ways to catch you.
yeah, yeah.
Get a book. You know how many books I have? I got
How many?
6. No, 7. I have 7 books. All different things I write.
Wow. You see, the thing is, I have books. I have like I'm looking at 5 notebooks right now, but only like the first 3 pages are filled up because like all different categories. Like, so yeah, I have them.
Categorize the books and start using them. Don't use your phone. Your phone is dangerous. Your phone
Yeah.
is designed to get you to stay in your phone. You know what has me hooked right now? And I never knew how to play this game. Um, it's called
What?
Mahjong, that
Is that a
Chinese
game?
game. Yeah, Mahjong.
Oh, oh word.
Some Chinese game. Like it's weird.
It's just a random game.
You just match stuff up, and I'm hooked.
Yeah, yeah. The games are bad.
Playing Mahjong, bro. So don't get caught in a trap. Like right now, Instagram has me right now, and then
Yeah.
just
The tough thing about Instagram too is that it's used. You also use it as a tool, right? To connect with people, message people, and then you also use it as a way you keep up to date with news. Like, say there's an event going on, you guys post it on Instagram, so I always check the stories to see if there's any events that could be useful, right?
when you have
Like,
your time organized, you won't be looking for those things. Use it as a tool, as you said, to message people, but then come off of it. Use it to post your content and then come off of it. You know what successful people do? Or one guy that I follow that's successful, he doesn't go on there to scroll and look at his friends. He goes on there to see what makes sense for him to post next. It's like, okay, this is trending. Maybe I can use this. He posts what he needs to post and then he's off. He has so many followers, he doesn't need to message people because he built that following.
hmm,
Makes sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you repost? Do you post a lot on your story in terms of like things that connect with the things that that like your business, like other posts that and like say I'm a fitness person, right? For example. So I would post like maybe motivational fitness speeches or like other posts. Like, do you do that? Do
Very,
you like?
very rare.
Okay,
Not that often. I try to make my own because I want people sharing my stuff.
because like yeah, you try to make your own. But, like say sometimes like say you run out of things to post, and you just want to be consistent. You just want to be active. When you start posting, reposting other things, is that a good
Repost what you
marketing? Is
already
that a good like
posted.
or repost your own stuff?
Repost what you already posted. Because you know why?
Why?
Nobody will remember what you posted 2 weeks ago.
Mm, that's true.
Also, I have a strategy to help you come up with 15 pieces of content that you just rinse and repeat. So you never have to overthink it.
Mm. And that works for everybody.
Yep.
Like depend no matter which business. How's that?
It's a system. That's why I say create a business. Everything is a system. So everything is just plug and play for you. I took all the guesswork out for you. The hardest part of business is playing the game long enough. If you play the game long enough, you will see the results.
Mm. So what before you launched and what is your community called again?
Wealth Builders Community.
Okay, before you launched that, before you first launched it,
Mm.
how long did it take you to put it together?
I knew about that. Well, it's on an app called School. So I started back in January. I'm kind of still like playing with it.
Mm.
Um, because I'm trying to create my systems for everything.
Yeah.
But it was more of it was a fast decision that I made. Thank you. Jeez. Like it was like blinding. It was like not even blinding me, it was just hurting my eyes. Just
It's so
trying to
dark,
see
right?
where you were. No,
Yeah.
I couldn't see you before, so it was like trying to see where you were.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
No,
sun
but
always was like, mm,
yeah.
tell
But
me.
it didn't take me long to just figure out that's like what I want to do. So it's if you ever heard that saying, if you build it, they will come. So
Mm,
it's more of a long-term play for me. So slow and steady, people will come in, but as people come in, the numbers start to grow faster because if people start seeing numbers, they're like, hey, I want to be a part of that. Let me join this too. So
right. Yeah. And
Playing the
then
long game.
yeah, and then most of your ideas like come as you go,
Hmm.
right?
They
Concepts.
come and they go, but I'm trying to streamline or not. I'm trying to create systems for everything so that I don't have to rethink it. So the thing about business and going back to what you're saying, growing a team, that's something I'm going to be talking about tomorrow too. Um, I myself and a lot of entrepreneurs, when they get into the entrepreneur space, they continuously run the business themselves. When you run the business yourselves, you do not have a business. You work for your business. So it's just like working a job. If you want to grow something, you're gonna have to hire people. And I'm gonna lightly cover that tomorrow as well.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I need to meet people because I wonder what it would be like to like maybe meet people who are also doing the same thing that I'm doing, calisthenics or fitness in general, and are trying to build a page and they're trying to build a media and they're trying to build. It'd be cool to have like a team. I wonder if it would make things a lot more efficient.
Well, you could teach other calisthenic trainers how to grow their business, but it starts with you growing yours first. Because remember what I said, you will be here and somebody will be here. And once you learn something, you can teach it back to this person. So there's probably thousands other guys, just thousand others just like you, but don't know where to start. You figure it out and teach them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, you do you like uh are you very like peculiar on the things that you eat?
Yeah, well, I have to be now because I'm 40. So when you hit that tender age of 40,
Mm.
um, prostate cancer is a topic. Diabetes runs in my family. My uncle died of cancer, and I have high cholesterol. So now I have to be mindful of what I eat.
Mm.
So yes,
And then like what does that entail?
I'm trying to stay away from red meat, but it's more like so ground beef I eat, but red meat I'm trying to stay away from, and saturated fats. So I look at labels all the time now. Whereas before I just eat what I want, but now I gotta look at labels.
Use that app where you scan the barcode.
No, no, I just look on the back of it. However,
Receive it.
my wife does use Yuka,
Yeah.
so everything that I loved, we don't eat.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Mm.
Everything has cancer, carcinogen or has cancerous whatever in it, so you
Yeah,
can only eat.
GMO.
Yeah, so my wife does a good job at that stuff, but yeah, that's. Speaking of that, we were supposed to make a smoothie, so I got to do that with my kids, and then tomorrow's my birthday too, so preparing for that.
Oh, nice, bro. Happy.
Thanks.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that.
Yep, I shall.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna see one of my friends back from high school. I haven't seen him since high school, so I'm gonna be meeting up with him. He's joining my program.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go see him tomorrow. He's gonna be in the area,
Mm.
and I was supposed to go to breakfast with my daughter, but she has work tomorrow, and then just go to church and then just chill, and
Mhm.
then come online with you guys and have a party.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Keanu,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself in terms of making a decision?
Making a decision to commit or like which decision?
Yeah, to commit.
Uh, I see. I see myself at like one first is time management. So I think I'm gonna give it a lot more thought, a lot more organization,
Mhm.
put more time into it. So like I want to increase my time, put more of my time into calisthenics because yeah, like with the chart that you just showed me, like opened up my eyes to that. So now I need to my mind needs to be on that more. 9 hours is crazy when you think about like you won't even realize it in the time. That is crazy.
Yep.
That is
So
like you literally just wasted.
so you need accountability.
Yeah,
I offer that.
that's well, everybody needs accountability, but but yeah, yeah,
So what haven't I answered for you to make a decision today?
it's it's not really it's not really it's not you. It's me. Like it's like it's not you anymore.
That sounds like a bad breakup.
It
It's
does.
not you, it's me.
It's like, yeah, I do need to follow through and just need to give it more thought because it's like it's something that I don't even think about. Like I have so many other things that I think about. So I need to put more of my efforts into this. And you did open up my eyes in terms of realizing that it's actually possible, that it could happen. And it's like because it feels like a dream, but like it could be very much a reality, and it's really you. It's really on you.
That's all it is, man. And it's just consistency. If, listen, okay, another principle for you. The discipline that you had with being in the gym is the same discipline it takes for your business. Once you get focused and you say, this is what I'm doing, it will happen for you. You're practicing fasting, discipline. Take that discipline out of that arena, put it into I'm starting a business. You will see results. It's the exact same thing. Nothing changes. It's just the game you're playing.
Hmm.
That's all it is.
Right.
Where I come in, I'm just making sure you stay on course. I'm like,
Hmm.
no, Keanu, stay there. No, stay there. Stay in this lane right here. Don't move. Keep going. Keep going. Great, you're on track.
Hmm.
That's all it is. People go to the gym with a personal trainer to help them stay accountable, to help them achieve their goals. You come to me to help you stay accountable, to achieve your goals. Do you see? It's the exact same thing, different arena.
Yeah.
Fitness, business, exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Hmm. Definitely. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
ball's in your court. If you want to take me up on my offer, it's still there.
Oh, you tripped out. You tripped out. What's up?
I said the ball's in your court. My offer is still there.
Hmm.
I will keep it the what I don't even know if I told you the last time. Did I tell you what my price is last time?
I think you said it was around 2,000 a month
No, no, not a month, bro.
for the year.
For the year. Or you can
And
do
and I asked, or you can do an $800 payment
yes.
every
So
3 months.
I think I got the wheels going for you, and I think this is something that you want to do. However, I will let you make the decision tomorrow after my presentation. I am going to make the offer to everybody.
Hmm.
But that price is not going to remain that price forever. So,
Can we? Is there a way that we can do? Because again, um, like the fact one of the bigger problems is the money because like I'm not working right now, so I'm not I like 50% of my paycheck is crazy, So I was wondering because like honestly, it does your offer is no like it's not that bad. It's just the amount that I'm paying is a lot. at the time. So it's like what I'm saying is like if we can split it up because it's a year, if we can make it like a monthly payment instead of three payments, we like maybe cut it down a little bit,
So it'll be about 200.
maybe like 200 a month or so, maybe.
So one, that's fine. Two, I'm gonna tell the exact same thing that I told the guy yesterday. Because he had the exact same problem. You have savings. Letting it sit there to do nothing equals nothing. It actually equals less. It goes down. You are investing in yourself. So it's don't look at it as like, okay, I pay for this, then what do I get? You're investing into yourself. Because look at it this way. If I push you, say in the first 6 weeks to get one person to pay you, you already made back some of the money you invested in yourself. Now you continue to do what you did the first time, and let's say you get two more people. And between those first three people, you make back what you took out. And the year's not even done yet. So let's say 6 months passes and you only get three more people. But those three more people equal to what's already in your savings. You just doubled your money.
Hmm.
So I get that you're not working and your things less. Continue using that money for what you need to do on a day to day. You have this money here. What are you using it for? You said you want to use it to invest. Invest in your growth. Once you start growing, you're going to start seeing the results. Now you put that money back there. Now you're
You
getting
said invest in, sorry, what you invest in what?
your growth.
Okay.
That's the best type of investment you can make in yourself
Hmm.
because the return that you get back is infinite. People
Hmm.
say the stock market, oh, you can get 10 to 15% return annually. Housing market, you can get anywhere from like an 8 to 15% annually. Those are numbers that can go up and down. But when you invest in yourself and you execute, the amount you make is infinite.
Hmm.
Like none of them will give you a triple digit return or even a 4 digit return if you're investing in yourself correctly. So if you
Hmm.
say, yo, I'm gonna work at this the same way I worked at getting my body right and exercising, I'm gonna do that for business. Imagine in 6 months you double your money. I'm not guaranteeing that, but I'm just saying if you put that type of effort in, you make back that money tenfolds.
Hmm. Another thing too.
Yeah.
I'm also in, as you know, like I'm going to the gym, so I'm also in the process of developing my skill for myself too, as well as, like I said, I need to put more time into researching that topic, like going watching videos on fitness
Stop.
and just improve. Stop.
Stop.
Okay.
Teach what you already know. I don't want you to learn more. Teach what you already know. You're starting from basics with a beginner. That's it. Just
Do you
teach
think
what
it's
you know.
enough? You think what I know is enough in my industry, in this industry?
Yes, there's a book for children called I Am Enough. You are enough.
The book.
But I'll let that sink in with you. I'll let you have the night to think about it. There's no pressure. At the end of the day, if you say no, I'm okay with that. That's fine. Your decision is your decision. Uh, Only because my computer's on 3% and I gotta go charge it and make some food now. All
Yeah,
right?
no, we're good, bro. Yeah.
So I'll see you tomorrow. It's gonna be jam-packed and it's gonna be fun.
So, all right, sounds good.
All
Looking
right, man.
forward to it.
See ya.
Thanks, bro.
No
Thanks.
problem.